In this video, let's discuss about parallel resonance. For that, let's consider a parallel circuit where a coil is connected in parallel with the capacitor and the combination is connected across AC voltage source of variable frequency f hertz. Here, let IC be the current through capacitor, IL be the current through inductor or the coil, and I is the source current, which is the vector sum of IC and IL, that is source current. V is the supply voltage. VR is the voltage drop across resistance R, where resistance R is the resistance of this coil, and VL is the voltage drop across this inductor of this coil, inductance of this coil. Then VC is the voltage drop across this capacitor. As resistance is present for coil, current through this coil lags supply voltage by an angle phi. This current can be split into two components. A component of IL which is in phase with the voltage, that is IL cos phi, and the component of IL which is in quadrature with voltage, 90 degree with respect to voltage, that is IL sin phi. That component IL sin phi lag 90 degree with respect to voltage V. Similarly, current through the capacitor is leading voltage by an angle 90 degree. When we are considering this coil, the impedance of this coil is RL plus JXL, where XL is inductive reactance, which is equal to J omega L. And similarly, XC is capacitive reactance, which is equal to 1 by J omega C. So based on that one, we can redraw above circuit like this. Capacitance can be replaced by minus JXC and inductance is replaced by JXL. Now what is IC? IC is equal to voltage divided by the impedance, that is V divided by XC. And similarly, IL is equal to V divided by ZL, which is equal to V upon root R square plus XL square, which is equal to V upon root R square plus omega L all square. From here, this impedance triangle, we can see that cos phi is adjacent side by hypotenuse, so R divided by ZL. Similarly, sin phi is opposite side divided by ZL, that is XL divided by ZL. So power factor cos phi is equal to R by Z. The condition for parallel resonance is that under parallel resonance, current through this capacitor is equal to current through the reactive component of this current IL. So parallel resonance occurs when XL is equal to XC. So when XL is equal to XC in parallel circuit, imaginary part of this current through the inductor and capacitor will cancel each other. This current IC is equal to this current. So these two parts will cancel each other, or remaining phasor diagram is this one. So this component of this current, that is IL cos phi, which is in phase with the voltage, only available during parallel resonance. If voltage and currents are in phase, circuit resembles that of resistive circuit. So power factor of operation under that condition is unity. So the phasor diagram corresponding to parallel resonance look like this. Now let's see some derivation. At parallel resonance, capacitive current IC is equal to inductive part of the coil current. So IC is equal to IL sin phi. We know IC is equal to V divided by XC and IL is V divided by ZL. Substitute over here. And sin phi is XL divided by ZL. Simplifying, we can obtain ZL square is equal to XL XC. XL is omega 0 L and XC is 1 by omega 0 C, where omega 0 is resonance frequency. This and this get cancelled. So ZL square can be obtained as L by C, or ZL is equal to root L by C. And let it be equation number 1. So ZL is equal to root R square plus omega 0 square L square. So that is obtained from here. So ZL which is equal to root r square plus omega 0 square L square is equal to root L by C. Now we can square both sides. So r square plus omega 0 square L square is equal to L by C. Here we are going to find out the expression for resonance frequency under parallel resonance. So from here we can take omega 0 square L square in one side and r square we can move into next part. So omega 0 square can be written as L divided by L square C minus R square divided by L square, which is equal to 1 by LC minus R square upon L square. Now we can find out omega 0. Omega 0 is obtained as root 1 by LC minus R square upon L square. Further simplifying, we can write in compact form like this. So for that one, we can take L square, this L square outside, 1 by L square. And L by C will be available here, and here we can have R square. So 1 by L square root is 1 by L, that we can take outside. So 1 by L into root L by C minus R square. So resonance frequency in hertz F0 can be written as 1 by 2 pi L root L divided by C minus R square. Let it be equation number 2. So in this case, if we are neglecting coil resistance R, the expressions can be simplified as F0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC, which is exactly similar to that of series resonance frequency. Let it be equation number 3. So if coil resistance is neglected, resonance frequency is same as that of the series resonance frequency. Parallel resonance frequency is equal to series resonance frequency if we are neglecting coil resistance. Again, let's see another derivation. Under parallel resonance, this component and this component will get cancelled. So only component remaining is IL cos phi. So source current is equal to IL cos phi. So what is source current? Source current is equal to voltage divided by net impedance. Okay, equivalent impedance. IL is V divided by ZL and cos phi is R by ZL. So after simplifying, we can obtain this expression ZL square divided by R is equal to Z, where Z is known as equivalent impedance of parallel resonance circuit, or it is also known as dynamic resistance of parallel circuit. So this is the expression Z is equal to ZL square divided by R. We know the value of ZL earlier, which is derived as equation number 1. ZL is equal to root L by C. Substitute that over here. ZL square is equal to L divided by C, and this R will be there. So Z can be written as L by CR. So if we are reducing the value of R, we can see that impedance is increasing. Dynamic impedance of parallel resonance circuit is increasing. So usually the value of coil resistance is very small. So as coil resistance is very small, this impedance is large. If impedance is large for a circuit, current is very small. At resonance, we are talking about resonance, and therefore if current is small at resonance compared to non-resonance condition, the circuit is called rejector circuit. Then how to find out current at resonance? Current at resonance is V divided by Z, where Z is dynamic resistance of parallel circuit, net impedance of that parallel circuit. So Z is equal to L divided by CR. Okay, current at resonance is V divided by L by CR. And as I mentioned earlier, when we are seeing this phasor diagram, voltage and currents are in phase under parallel resonance condition. As the angle between voltage and this current is 0, cos phi is 0 under parallel resonance condition. So the power factor of operation under parallel resonance condition is unity. Next is the properties of parallel resonance. As I mentioned earlier, power factor of operation under parallel resonance condition is unity. Why? Because voltage and currents are in phase. If voltage and currents are in phase, the angle between voltage and current is 0. So cos phi is 0. Therefore, power factor of operation under parallel resonance condition is look like similar to resistive circuit. Then current is minimum. Why? Because net impedance, third point. The net impedance is L divided by CR. Usually the value of coil resistance is small. If coil resistance is small, net impedance is large. If net impedance is large, this current is minimum. And as impedance and admittance are reciprocal, as impedance is more, admittance is minimum, and reactive part of this admittance is 0. That is, net susceptance is 0. Let's see this in detail later. And resonance frequency can be obtained as 1 by 2 pi root 1 by LC minus R square upon L square. And it is found that if coil resistance is neglected, resonance frequency is exactly equal to the resonance frequency of series resonance circuit, 1 by 2 pi root LC. Alternatively, we can have another method in order to derive the expression for resonance frequency. Here let's consider the same circuit. Here the impedance of the coil is RL plus JXL, and admittance of the coil is reciprocal of this impedance, that is 1 by RL plus JXL. Similarly, admittance of capacitance is 1 by minus JXC, that is J by XC. So total admittance is this admittance plus this admittance, that is 1 by RL plus JXL plus J divided by XC. Simplifying, we can write in this manner: RL minus JXL divided by RL square plus XL square plus J by XC. Now we can separate real and imaginary part. Real part is RL upon RL square plus XL square, and imaginary part is J into 1 by XC minus this part, that is XL divided by RL square plus XL square. We know at resonance condition, parallel resonance condition, capacitive component is equal to these reactive components of IL, that is capacitive current IL is equal to inductive part of the coil current I. So IC is equal to IL sin phi. So under this condition, source current is only these active components IL cos phi. These two things will cancel each other. That means reactive part, that is susceptance part of this admittance is 0. That is 1 by XC is equal to XL divided by RL square plus XL square. What is 1 by XC? That is omega 0 C corresponding to resonance condition. Omega 0 is resonance frequency, and XL is omega 0 L upon RL square plus XL square, that is omega 0 square L square. Now we can cross multiply. RL square plus omega 0 square L square is equal to L divided by C. Further simplify, we can write down this expression: omega 0 is equal to root 1 by LC minus RL divided by L all square. When we are neglecting coil resistance RL, this expression become omega 0 is equal to 1 by root LC, or F0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC, which is exactly equal to resonance frequency under series resonance condition. We know total admittance is sum of these two, real part and imaginary part. This imaginary part is 0 in the case of resonance conditions. So as susceptance is 0 at resonance, net admittance will be minimum at resonance. Therefore, impedance will be maximum, right? Because they are reciprocal. So at parallel resonance condition, net impedance will be maximum. The susceptance of capacitance is 1 by XC, that is BC. Let's denote it by BC. And susceptance of inductance is 1 by XL. Let it denote by BL. We know total admittance Y is equal to 1 by RL plus JXL plus J divided by XC. If we are neglecting this coil resistance RL, this can be simplified as Y is equal to 1 by JXL plus J divided by XC. This can be further represented in this way: minus J divided by XL plus J divided by XC. We can take J outside, J into 1 by XC minus 1 by XL. So if we are representing in this way, J into, this is BC and this is PL. At resonance condition, these two things are equal. BC is equal to BL. So 1 by XC is equal to 1 by XL, or XL is equal to XC. So parallel resonance also occurs when XL is equal to XC. We know BC is equal to 1 by XC, which is equal to omega C. As the frequency increases, what happened to this value BC? Let's see that one. BC is equal to 2 pi FC. Omega is equal to 2 pi F. So BC is equal to 2 pi FC. As frequency increases, we can see that BC is also increases. When frequency is equal to 0, this value becomes 0. At frequency is equal to 0, BC is 0. And frequency is equal to resonance frequency F0, BC is equal to BL. Both are become equal. Then as frequency tend to infinity, BC also tend to infinity. So BC versus frequency curve is a straight line starting from frequency is equal to 0 like this. Now let's see the variation of minus BL with respect to frequency. Minus BL is minus 1 by XL, that is minus 1 by omega L, that is minus 1 by 2 pi EFL. Here we can see that minus BL is inversely proportional to frequency. As BL increases, minus BL decreases. At F is equal to 0, this part becomes 0, minus 1 by 0 will come, that is minus infinity. At F is equal to 0, minus BL become BC, that is susceptance part get equal at resonance frequency. Then at F is equal to infinity, this denominator part become infinity, so minus 1 by infinity becomes 0. So the variation of minus BL with respect to frequency look like this. And this graph gives us information about the variation of reactances, impedances, admittances and current with respect to frequency in parallel circuit. We can see that this conductance is reciprocal of resistance, that is constant, and the admittance is minimum at resonance frequency. It is maximum, the magnitude of admittance is maximum at frequency is equal to 0 and at infinity, and it is getting decreases, and at resonance frequency its value become minimum, again it is increases to maximum. So the variation of impedance is reciprocal of that of admittance, so it increases from a minimum value to a maximum value. That maximum value occurs at resonance frequency, then again it is decreasing to minimum value as frequency tend to infinity. So as impedance is minimum at frequency, lower frequency and higher frequency, current is more corresponding to that situation, and current become minimum at resonance frequency. Why? Because impedance is maximum. And as I mentioned earlier, the variation of susceptance, capacitive susceptance is a straight line, and that of inductor minus BL is somewhat like this. Now let's see the quality factor in parallel resonance condition. Actually, this parameters gives us information about current magnification factor. So Q is equal to current through inductor or capacitor upon current at resonance. How much times current is magnified, that information can be obtained from quality factor corresponding to parallel resonance condition. So let's see the quality factor corresponding to inductor and capacitor. First of all, let's see for capacitor. So for capacitor, the reactance is XC. So IC is equal to V upon XC. We know current at resonance is V divided by total impedance, dynamic impedance. We have already derived the expression for dynamic impedance as L by CR. The ratio of current through capacitor upon the current at resonance gives the quality factor. So substituting this value over here, current through capacitor is V upon XC and current at resonance is V divided by Z, which is equal to Z by XC. Z is L by CR and XC is 1 by omega 0 C. Simplifying, we can obtain omega 0 EL divided by R, which is exactly same as that of the quality factor in series resonance circuit. So the same expression is there for quality factor corresponding to parallel and series resonance condition, that is L omega 0 by R. For the case of inductor, quality factor is current through inductor. How to find out current through inductor? V by XL. And current at resonance is V by Z. So Z divided by XL. Simplifying, we can obtain 1 by omega 0 CR, which is exactly equal to the same quality factor equation corresponding to series resonance condition. So similar way, we can find out the expression for quality factor by means of circuit parameters as 1 by R into root L by C. Also, we can derive the bandwidth. We already discussed this derivation in series resonance condition. Here also we can derive the bandwidth as the ratio of resonance frequency to the quality factor, which is also same as that of the series resonance circuit. That derivation is left to you.